Story time with Game Master Mike. Hey folks, this is going to be another stories video plus a follow-up stories with my recess detention and Animaniac stories. Now, this is going to be more info about the special room at my elementary school. Well, the special room is pretty much a classroom for special needs children, but there is a corner in the back of the classroom where the high offenders for recess detention. It's pretty much of a dark, narrow corner, and there's a desk there with an aide sitting next to you. Now, I was told that never to be sent there because it's for like children that have gone into huge trouble in class and especially anywhere in school, especially with recess. It's pretty much where it's like an isolation cell in prison where like the high offenders go there. So I want to tell you some grades that I've been put there. It's exactly like in-school suspension, but it's kind of like a isolation cell in prison. So this is going to be stories like from kindergarten through the 4th grade at my elementary school years. So it was kind of like in-school suspension. Remember, just like my Animaniac stories in kindergarten, I attacked this girl because I thought she was laughing at me but was laughing at Animaniacs. And I remember my aide dragged me into there, and I've put there, and I was pretty much wailing, and the aide there sent me to the principal's office where I got sent home from school. 1st grade, I was not sent there and sent in the special room any, because remember I was put in the principal's office through the semester because I jumped in the mud constantly so I can get sent home from school. Well, that scheme did not work and I gotten into a lot more trouble. Now, the 2nd grade, I remember during my recess detention, which was in the library, and for some apparent reason, I was laughing nonstop at over anything. And the librarian pretty much dragged me into the special room in the corner where I got screamed at by the aide because I've gotten into a ton of trouble during recess detention in the library. Also, that same year, 2nd grade, I wanted to write on the chalkboard. I wanted to solve a math problem. Well, I remember raising my hand extremely high, and the teacher called this kid, not me, to solve the problem. So I went, "Aw!" and the teacher yelled at me and said, "Take a ticket!" So, you know what I did? I told my teacher, I did some back talking. I've told her, "Why can't I have a normal teacher just like anybody else? Face it, you're a lousy teacher." So I called my teacher lousy and she stormed out of the classroom. Okay, so I've hurt her feelings and she didn't come back for a while. So I got up from my seat and I looked outside the classroom and there was the teacher. And you know what I did? Something stupid. All my shit. So I played with my hands. I said, "Hey teacher, look what I can do." And she looked at me and said, "I am going to tell the principal to put you in the special room full time for the remainder of the school year." And I started crying. I was wailing at my teacher, telling her, "Please don't set me there." And she said, "Yes, I am. You better behave yourself right now or there's going to be a lot more consequences. As a matter of fact, what you said to me will cost you a suspension." And no recess for the remainder of the month. So I didn't know what to do. I was in fear, some serious fear that I shouldn't have done it. Remember, my high school years, there's some students cussing out the teacher and walking out of the classroom. It's not like I told the teacher to go fuck herself, but that was devastating what the teacher told me. So I don't remember what was going on after that. Now, the third grade, I got sent here to the special room a few times. That one time, remember, I would pretend that I was sick. And I remember calling my grandpa to come and pick me up. And he didn't sign me out. I remember I was at my grandparents' house, and the principal called my mom at work. And she said that your son left school without your grandpa signing him out. And my mom called my grandparents. My mom, I was on the phone with my mom. She was mad at me. She said that the principal called me and said that you left school without your grandpa signing me out. So, as soon as I got home, it was dropped. They did not mention it, so no punishment for that. Until that day when I got to school, the teacher walked up to me and said, "You're going to the special room during recess, and you will write, 'I will not skip,' 100 times. So that recess, cramped on my hand, had to write, "I will not skip," 100 times in the special room, with the aide constantly yelling at me on top of her lungs. Fourth grade, of course, some stupid things that I didn't do. Got sent there a few times, which I don't hardly remember the fourth grade. Me getting into a ton of trouble, except, of course, had to sit out during recess. And my 5th and 6th grade year, of course, there was in-school suspension. And I've did some videos about that, about my in-school suspension stories. It was like being put in a maximum security prison. And so, there you have it, folks. That is my special room stories and my story of the 3rd grade when I played hooky when I pretended to sick and my grandpa picked me up and didn't sign me out. And there you go, folks. That is my story about my special room stories. And until next time, thanks for watching.